A couple months ago, I did a video on the Legend of Korra 10-year anniversary. In the video, I mentioned one of the shows that's better than the Legend of Korra, and yes, like Korra, it turned 10 years old this year. Gravity Falls, a show that came out on Disney Channel in summer of 2012. Good timing to release it since the show takes place in summer. So now, I am ready to talk about this show. Gravity Falls made its debut on the Disney Channel on June 15th, 2012, and the show had a history during its airing, but we'll get to that later. The show is about two twins, Dipper and Mabel, going to a fictitious town of Gravity Falls to spend the summer with their Uncle Stan, or Grunkle Stan for short. He runs a tourist trap called the Mystery Shack. They all try to figure out the mysteries and all going on at Gravity Falls, with the mysterious journal that Dipper found with a number on it. So yeah, the show is a mystery genre, but for what it is, I don't mind the genre. It's like collaborating X-Files, Adventure Time, and The Twilight Zone in a blender. So now let's get to the show itself. The show only had 40 episodes, which it's pretty short of episodes when compared to Avatar, Korra, etc. Even Kim Possible's amount of episodes beat Gravity Falls. And for me, I feel like the show could have had more than 2 seasons, but creator Alex Hirsch announced back in late 2015 saying that the show is finished. When I first saw the article, I was in shock that the show would end. Now, I would like to mention how I started watching the show, but I'm saving it as a video of media memories on Gravity Falls next week. I will say, if this show came out in the early 2000s, I would have loved it to death. Speaking of that, I want to mention how this show is in my top 10. You may wonder how. Well, it was tough to pick each TV shows that would be on the list. Gravity Falls is like right on the same level as The Simpsons and Stranger Things. It's pretty close, and yeah, it's one of my favorite animated series, but you know the show will never top Avatar the Last Airbender. But I will say right now, and to mention in the future, this show is my favorite Disney Channel show. Yeah, even more than Kim Possible, Phineas and Ferb, and so forth. Gravity Falls just feels so right. Let's get to the airings because Gravity Falls has an interesting history. The show premiered on Disney Channel in its first season, but then season 2 is when it started to change. It took almost a year to release a new episode, and the show moved to Disney XD. All 20 episodes had to be moved on that channel, which it did feel bad for Disney Channel during when Gravity Falls moved because the channel was not doing great in cable ratings, hence that I mentioned in the Legend of Korra video about that. However, Gravity Falls was the highest rated show on Disney XD during its time, so at least people had to watch it. So yeah, despite that the airings moving to networks, it had pretty good views and the show went on strong. The show has gained its popularity and a cult following, of course. People at conventions dress up as Dipper and Mabel, there's merchandise of the show like the journal, Dipper's hat, etc. Plus, Gravity Falls has done books, graphic novel, and DVDs. Plus, there's even a complete series DVD of the show, and Shout Factory made it. I couldn't believe they did it. In fact, I own a copy of it when I got it at Walmart 4 years ago. And while it is redundant owning a physical version where you can watch Gravity Falls on Disney Plus streaming, still, it doesn't bother me. Also, shows like Amphibia and The Simpsons have references to Gravity Falls, which I can't believe there's references after the show ended. But yeah, Gravity Falls has come a long ways, and I'm glad to watch the show, and I will talk about the show a few times in the future. That is all for the Gravity Falls video. Happy 10th anniversary to the show, and I'll be ready for media memories on Gravity Falls. That is coming. See you all in the next video.